We test drove a brand new Mach E, and this is what happened. In last week's video, you saw us do a walk around at Cleburne Ford with Sam Underwood, who was the salesperson who told us about their Mach E, and they let us do a test drive. This week's video is about that test drive. You're going to get to see us do the test drive. Luke drives it, I drive it, we'll give you our impressions. The reason why we did it in two parts is because there was just a lot. So hopefully you'll enjoy everything we have to say.
Ooh, I can lower the seat too. I can get this thing exactly where I want it. The seat was up a little higher than I had expected. It's a tilting telescoping column. It's old school because there's a lever down here. On our Tesla, you do it by the wheels, but you can pull it in this far. On the driver's instrument display, we have some rather important information. We've got our state of charge at 99%, our estimated range of 317 miles. I believe it's 320 at 100%. We're in a speed limit 5 mile per hour area because it's a parking lot. And then we've got a picture of a car, and I do believe that this will render at least one other car when we're out on the road, but it's going to be another Mach E. So the car is going to say all cars are Mach E's. Speed limit. Not speed limit, but the speedometer is right there, and this is going to be your power usage indicator. I've got the odometer. We're showing that this car has 7.9 miles on it. Gear selector identifier is there. The gear selector is actually over here, and we've got our one pedal drive indicator and our compass point as well. And we've got blind spot indicators in the mirrors, and I don't know if that's what that is up there or not. All right, so we are going to tap down on the gear selector on the column, just like in our Model 3, and now we're in drive, except we have parking brake here as well, which is pretty cool. Lane keep and hazard lights. We're going to get out and on the road and see how this little car drives. Extremely smooth action on the steering wheel. Whoops, I just folded the mirrors in. I was trying to select it to adjust the mirrors, and I hit the fold mirror button.
I think we need the mirrors.
Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting turn signal sound. Don't know how well you can hear that.
It goes click, 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 click.
It's more like a dum dum.
Dum-dum.
It's the telltale heart.
Yes, it's the
Yes.
well, yeah. I mean, not quite the Jaws sound.
And there's the propulsion sound. I don't know if that microphone picked that up.
The propulsion sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, so before that, I didn't have the camera on the screen, but it was just saying some features are disabled while driving. And so it kind of looked like the screen was useless, and he just put it on a screen that's doing something. Now we can see our navigation.
So since we missed the street that Sam recommended to us for bumps, went down here to this road that we came in on from our house, and we know from driving on it a little bit ago with our Model 3 how bumpy this road is. So this is going to give us a good idea of how the car rides over roads that are less than ideal.
Yeah, and I like that it's the exact same road that we came in on in the Model 3 because we can actually directly compare.
Do an apples to apples comparison.
Yeah, so here's what the road looks like. You can't always tell how bumpy it is by looking, but you'll be able to see the camera shake probably. It feels pretty smooth actually.
Yeah, it is.
So the road is bumpy, but it seems like this car is handling it a little more smoothly than the Model 3. What do you think?
I think it's absorbing the undulations of the road, the pothole, railroad track. Yeah, want to get that one on the way back. I'm going to try to turn around up here in a little bit. I mean, we can still feel the bumps. They're not as severe as they were in our Model 3. The Model 3 was like, hey, that's a bump.
Yeah, I mean, so you still feel them, obviously. It is a bumpy road, but it does seem like it's a little smoother in this car than it was in the Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel them, but it's not as harsh, I think is the word that I should have used. So that's cool, but it still feels like I've got good enough feedback in the steering wheel to it feels like the car is planted. It feels like we're barely moving. right now. The speedometer is set at kilometers per hour instead of miles per hour. So I was like, we're not doing 45. Oh, we're doing 45 kilometers per hour. Only doing 29 miles per hour right now.
Yeah. It does show both, by the way, but it's just the larger number. The larger number is the kilometers per hour. I'm sure there's a way to switch that. But it does actually also say the miles per hour.
Here's a nice big driveway. There we go.
Let's turn in there. Oh, hey. Thank you, whoever owns this property, for creating a nice wide spot in the road where we can turn around.
Oh, nice turning radius.
Ah, okay.
Very nice turning radius.
Good. Good to know.
And it was real easy to get the car into
really smooth.
the
And that
lock.
was a gravel driveway, too.
Yeah.
That was not even paved, and it was very smooth. So, yeah.
So let's see what drive mode he left us in. He left us in Engage.
Which is kind of normal. It should feel like a normal car. Do you want to try it in Whisper and see what that feels
Let's put
like?
it in Whisper and see what that does. I felt something there. I felt it kick in, like it lost a little bit of its acceleration. You know what? I'll wait till I get back out to the state highway to put it in unbridled. And since it's a Mustang, it's a horse. It's unbridled when it's in sports mode. That's why it's unbridled mode.
I get it. Engage sounds like capture the card, though. Engage.
What happens if you turn off the one-pedal drive? How does that feel? I'm going to let off the accelerator now with one-pedal drive off, and yeah, we're freewheeling. This is just like letting off the accelerator in a gasoline-powered car. I put one pedal on, and now we can feel the braking.
Right. So for those of you who don't know, one pedal drive makes it so that you do not have to use the brakes. As soon as you take your foot off the accelerator, the regenerative braking system will kick in as though you had put your foot on the brake. And so it makes it so that you're basically just driving with one foot, and you get all the same sort of braking ability that you have with a normal driving system. It's pretty cool.
Now, if you're, really driving it hard, you're going to have to hit the brake pedal regardless. But if you're just cruising around and the light turns red, you can take your foot off of the accelerator, and the one pedal drive can bring you to a complete stop. I'm going to see it right here and see if I can do it at this stop sign. Right about here's where I'd let off with the Tesla, and I could have let off later. It's pretty good one pedal. Will it bring us to a stop? Super smooth, about as smooth as the Bolt. I didn't feel a grab. I can even feel a grab at a stop in the Model 3 a little bit, but I didn't feel it in this one. This one's just as smooth as the Bolt when it comes to one pedal drive rolling to a stop sign.
That's really nice. That's something that I think a lot of us who don't pay close attention to our driving technique don't even really notice. But people who are, professional drivers or chauffeurs or something are always trying to get their stops as smooth as possible so there's no rebound or grab, as he calls it, and it just feels like you just glided to a stop with no noticeable difference between moving and not moving. And it's always nice when your car can do that for you.
Here we are back onto the highway. We're going to do... Okay, we're in Whisper mode. I'm going to give it some beans now.
Hello.
That's in the Whisper mode or the Eco mode. Back off. Let's go to Engage.
Okay.
Back off. Go to Unbridled and see if we can feel a difference.
I don't know about you, I didn't notice a huge difference.
I didn't notice a huge difference either.
I thought Whisper mode had plenty of power. It did feel like an EV. It didn't feel like the most powerful EV in the world, but it did feel like an EV, acceleration, which you get, instant acceleration from an electric vehicle. In any electric vehicle, unless it's got some sort of a controller on it, it will do that.
Your window wasn't up all the way.
Oh, that's
Did you
what
hear
that
the
noise
wind
was.
noise when it's gone now?
Yes, it's much better now. Thank you for checking on that. So anyway, it is quieter in this car with the windows closed. What a surprise. But so what I was saying is that to me, it felt like The Whisper was a more or less normal EV acceleration. The Engage was maybe a little more, and then the Unbridled was not noticeably more powerful than the Engage to me. What did it feel like to you?
I didn't notice much of a difference, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I also wasn't giving it full acceleration.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't pedal to the metal, but...
You can, however, get some tire squeal.
Yeah. So that was an Engage where we just left that stop light, and that was plenty powerful enough. I thought that was fine, you know. Now this is a Mach E. It is a Mustang, so even though people say it is not really a Mustang, it's not really a sports car, it's more of a crossover. You know, if you have a Mustang, you're probably going to want to feel like you can pass people on the freeway and can beat people off the line at the light, and it should be able to do that just fine.
I am of the opinion that the people who get to decide what is and what isn't a Mustang are the people at Ford.
Okay.
The Mustang is their car, you know? So
Yeah.
if anybody has the right to say what's a Mustang and what's not, it's them. And they say this is. A lot of Mustang owners, on the other hand, don't like that idea.
Well, I get it. I mean, if you grew up with a Mustang being a muscle car and you think of, you know, that's sort of what is important to you about a Mustang, you want a Mustang to have the attributes that you associate with the traditional Mustang or a traditional muscle car. I can understand why people, you know, don't like that Ford maybe changed what it means to be a Mustang, but they did. so that's what it is now. Sorry.
But we're fairly comfortable. I'm going to turn were you able to hear the propulsion sound at all?
I heard it some, yeah, I heard it. I don't know, maybe the viewers didn't hear it. There you go.
It's very faint.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and turn it off.
Yeah.
And then you can actually hear the actual motor just a little bit.
Yeah.
But oh, and it turned the propulsion sound back on. I guess it just wants to have the propulsion sound on.
That's weird. Okay. Yeah, it turned it on automatically. That's real strange. I don't know
Okay,
what that's
so
about.
this is, let me just double check something. Bump, 2, 3, off. Okay, so the turn signals work like they did on my old F-150. If I bump it up or down, it's going to flash the turn signal 3 times. But if I push it all the way up until a stop, on the turn signal stalk, then the turn signal is going to stay on until either I make a turn or I turn the turn signal off. It's not like on our Model 3, which no matter what you do, the turn signal automatically shuts off. But if you do want to have it so it's just a lane change, you bump the turn signal stalk and it'll flash 3 times.
Yeah.
There's a lot of controls on this left-hand stalk for all the different kind of wiper speeds and all of that. So that's kind of nice to have that access to that without having to get into the screen to do it. But speaking of the screen, I'm going to pull off the road here for a second because there's something I want to find in the screen.
And here we are.
Just to see what's going on.
We're going to bring our EV into
a gas station. I love bringing an electric vehicle to a gas station, especially when I'm getting gas for the lawnmower, because then I can park at the pump with a Tesla and people go, what the?
We have no idea if anyone pays attention.
Nobody pays attention.
But we're amusing ourselves.
We're happy. We're fine. Now I do know that if you hit this calm screen button, that's what it gives you for a screen, so you're not as distracted. Cameras. So, see, I can move up a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it's got enough cameras on it that it renders that 3D view.
Oh, nice.
This is a new car. It's not owned by us. It's not owned by anybody. So it's not connected to an account. So I can't plug in an address for navigation.
Trips.
Oh, well, maybe that was it. There it is. Okay, so we have driven 6.8 miles on this trip at an efficiency of 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour.
Good to know.
So I'm going to leave that screen up.
Okay.
And let's get back on the road.
Okay.
And here you can see how good the backup camera is, and we can see the vehicle next to us. I mean, it looks weird because it's rendered weird, but...
it's a red truck, and it looks like that, which is kind of strange, but all right.
Well, it's because the camera's rendering the overhead 360 view. We don't have a camera in reality sitting 20 feet over us.
We don't?
No.
Oh.
It'd be nice if we had like a drone following us on this.
Every new car comes with a drone
camera. Every new car
comes
with its own drone camera. Now, that also is going to include a lot of the sitting around we were doing at the dealership with the air conditioning on.
That's right.
So
take that with a little grain of salt. But also, obviously, those of you who know about EVs know that the EV does tend to have a higher efficiency in stop-and-go traffic, in town, low speeds. The EVs do extremely well.
Reset trip 1
which is obviously different from a gas-powered car, which does better at a little bit higher speed. And once you start getting onto freeway speeds, especially if you go higher than 60 or 70 miles an hour, then you start to really notice a decrease in efficiency in the electric vehicle because they're just not as good at the really high speeds as far as, I mean, it's still going to be probably more efficient than a gas-powered car, but the efficiency goes down as you get faster.
Yeah, if you're ever worried about range, just slow down.
Exactly.
Okay, what we're doing now is we're getting on US Highway 67, which for a few miles is freeway. And I'm going to get the car up to the speed limit and engage the cruise control and see if Bluecruise takes over. Speed limit is 70, so let's see. Cruise is on and set. Bluecruise, watch the road, hands-free. It just automatically kicked on. So, there we have it. The car is now driving itself. The Bluecruise is Ford's version of FSD. It's not as fully featured as FSD. I believe this car in the 2025 Mach E is Bluecruise version 1.5, which does allow the car to do automatic lane changes, so the car will pass somebody if it feels the need. In previous renditions, you could do a turn signal and the car will make the lane change by itself.
Oh, you just did that. I didn't get your hand when you hit the turn signal.
I want to go back. I'm going to hit the turn signal again, and the car will make the lane change by itself and get out of that lane. And here's something that I'm liking. It's fine with riding in the right-hand lane. Our older versions of FSD in our Model 3 liked to be in the left side. Is it going to do anything? No, we're just going to be passing this RV.
Kids, if you get a car that can do things like this, please practice with it and understand how it works before just jumping in and assuming the car can drive for you. You need to know what you are and are not responsible for on the different modes so that you are paying attention to the things you need to pay attention to.
Now, I watched a few videos on this, watching other people do it, and so I'm comfortable enough that I can handle it with this car. But yeah, it didn't have to do anything. I just set the cruise, and since I was already on a road that Bluecruise has mapped, it automatically took over after it realized that. And all I have to do is look ahead. There's a sensor here, right above the steering column, that if we can get in there with the camera close enough, you can probably see little red lights flashing. With our real world eyes, we're not going to see those red lights flashing because those are infrared sensors that our eyes can't pick up, but the camera is picking up. I can see it there as Rachel's putting the viewfinder where I can see it. But as long as my eyes stay forward, it's not going to nag me to touch the wheel, to move the wheel. It's making this curve quite nicely. The only way that it is going to nag me is if I turn my head and my eyes aren't on the road, and I'm not looking in front of me right now. It's not nagging me. Maybe it's just because maybe I didn't turn my head far enough.
It's not as naggy as
it's not nowhere near as naggy as I thought it would be. The car's like, I got this. This is an easy road. The traffic's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and get off the freeway here.
All right, here we go.
And I was able to cancel that with the steering wheel, and it didn't jerk the car. I have not been able to do that with the Tesla. And it says hands on the steering wheel in this area.
Okay.
A quick tap on the brake pedal, and cruise control is off. We're rolling to a stop, and since I reset the trip, our efficiency is now at 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour, just over 4 miles. On our total trip, we're still at 3.1. Now this car, they have two of these Mach E's on the lot. One is in a space white, and then there's this one, which I think is the glacier gray.
Yeah, that's what they called it. It's kind of an interesting color. I like it.
Yeah, it's a neat gray. It's got some nice metallic fleck in the paint, and this one has some upgrades on it that the other one didn't have, some of which are the floor mats that this car has. They call it an interior protection package, which is the rubber floor mats like we have in our Model 3 that we bought aftermarket, like
Those
the
are
WeatherTech liners.
awesome.
They make things really easy, so they're not carpeted floor mats. As you can see, I
Yeah,
already got that a little bit on camera.
Yeah, these are great. So much easier to clean than carpet floor mats. Really.
Oh, hey, it's giving me a critique.
Oh, what does it say?
How's my driving?
What do you know?
87% acceleration, 100% deceleration, and 60% on speed. Because, you know, I am test driving the car. I'm not trying to hypermile it.
Okay, well, if you want to see how much worse I am, go ahead and turn it off and turn it back on.
Reset. Let's reset the trip now. Everything's back at 100%.
I tend to drive a little more aggressively, so the car doesn't like me as much.
Okay, so Rachel and I are going to switch places.
So yeah, it's responsive. It feels a little, I don't know, the steering feels a little tight to me. That's interesting. You definitely can feel the road. Go past the dealership and talk a little more. I do feel like the steering wheel is connected to the tires, right? And the tires are connected to the road. That's what it feels like to me, which is a little bit different from you know, the car that I usually drive. And I think the Tesla has a little bit less kind of a strong connection. So yeah, it feels, I'm not sure what you call it. It feels connected, and it feels like I'm driving the car, and it's not sort of floating around without me. I don't know if that makes sense.
I think John would say that a lot of EVs feel numb, but this one doesn't.
There you go.
Feel that he's got good steering feel. Is one of the things that he would mention.
Okay. Yeah, he's one of those people that pays attention to being a good driver in terms of.
I don't think you want to turn here.
Oh, I was just going to turn.
Well, actually,
I think I do.
go ahead and turn here.
What do you
Go
think?
ahead and turn here.
Maybe I should turn here.
Yeah, this is a fun road.
Okay. Yeah. You want me to go that way?
Yeah.
Okay. What road is this?
This is FM4.
Oh, right.
This is a twisty.
Oh, great.
You get up here a little bit, you get through an S curve, and you can see how well the car handles.
All right. Fantastic. And we're behind somebody with gravel. That is not
Great. Let's back off. Actually, let's just go into this parking lot, do a lap of the parking lot.
Okay.
And that way we can let that truck get far enough ahead that we're not going to risk getting a rock chip. Okay, so now you can, in here, test turning radius and maneuverability.
Yeah, as you said, now the turning is very smooth, very easy. It's comfortable, extremely smooth, very, yeah, it's a lovely experience doing a turn here.
But parking lot maneuverability test?
Very easy. Love it. Yeah, that turning radius is nice. Very nice. I don't know what mode we're in. Are we in engage mode?
We're in engage.
Okay, so that's normal. So I did push a little aggressively on the accelerator, and it kind of ignored me. I didn't push hard, but I did. I think in my car, I would have gotten a little more acceleration out of that amount of pressure. But I think that's also just the Mach E going, chill. You know, I'm not a sports car.
Well, go ahead and punch it now.
I mean, it's there. I just had to push a little further, right? It's definitely there. Now, I understand that there are some vehicles where you can actually adjust. I mean, I guess that's what those modes are, but I think there, at least in some cases, used to be a way to adjust how far you had to push the accelerator before you got a lot of acceleration out of it, like how sensitive the accelerator was. And I guess they may have changed that like more granular adjustment into just these modes, so that you no longer have like a sliding scale. It's more just like 3 choices, you know.
Okay, so this is an S curve. Let's see how she does.
And by she, do you mean me or the car?
I mean the car.
Okay. I don't like being aggressive on turns, so this is not actually I'm not maybe the best person to be testing this. I like to slow down a lot before a turn.
Does it feel like it's okay on the turn at that speed?
Yeah, it felt comfortable. I don't know how fast I was going. I didn't look at the speedometer.
I'll look at the speedometer.
The next one.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then after this turn, we need to try to find a place big enough to turn around.
Right.
So yeah, it's a 35-mile-an-hour curve. You took at 48.
Yeah, so it was fine. It was fine. I do feel a little bit like the top is kind of canting to the outside of the turn. It's just a smidge, though. It doesn't feel unsafe in any way. I just notice it. But I am pretty sensitive to that kind of stuff because I tend to get nervous in turns. I think that is from riding motorcycles in groups when I felt like everybody wanted me to go faster, and I would just like get really like tense and scared that I wasn't going fast enough and that I didn't want to go faster, and I still kind of have this nervousness in turns because of that. Driver alert, watch the road. It doesn't think I'm watching the road.
Oh, see there, it nagged you.
It nagged me, and
There's a place we could turn.
I didn't take my eyes off the road either. I don't know what the heck.
Nice braking.
Thank you. That was not one pedal drive. That was me actually hitting the brakes. I don't even know if one pedal is on right now.
No, it is.
I have a tendency to use the brake even when one pedal is on because, like I said, I tend to accelerate and decelerate a little bit more aggressively. Does it look clear to you on that side?
Yep.
Go ahead and get out of here. So, yeah, so I'm not as aggressive on curves, but I am, a little bit more aggressive on how much I accelerate and decelerate compared to Luke.
Well, the car's grades look better for you.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
But I don't know if you could hear that. You guys could hear the bong, 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 but that's the car's alert noise. The car does that when it senses that you're not looking at the road.
Which is so strange that it seems to be more sensitive on me than it is on you, because I was just looking at the screen here, but I didn't turn my head very much.
I know. Maybe it had a hard time seeing through my sunglasses and was just giving me the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe. I mean, I have sunglasses on too, so I don't know what the deal is. It just hates me.
Okay, so here's that 35-mile-an-hour curve again.
Yeah. So I went at
45.
Yeah, 45, and that was fairly comfortable. I didn't feel nervous, and it didn't feel. I mean, of course, it felt very solid on the road, no problem. I have driven cars that feel more bottom heavy, that feel like they're more grounded to the road. But this is a crossover SUV, so it's gonna feel a little bit more top heavy. That's just par for the way these vehicles are put together. They have more headroom and they're a little taller, so they tend to have that effect. Whereas like the Model 3 in particular is extremely grounded, and you don't feel any top movement at all.
But any body roll that we're feeling in this car is very minimal.
It's very minimal. Like I said, I'm pretty sensitive to it, and if you're used to driving an SUV, I'm sure this has less than a lot of other vehicles, for sure.
But it's a very quiet cabin. The bolstering is kind of holding me in there a little bit, moving around a little bit in those curves with the lateral G's.
Talking about the
side
seat.
bolstering, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
as far as
the seat comfort.
Yeah, the seats are pretty comfy. Actually.
Yeah, I think so too. I think overall the car is pretty comfortable, and it is quiet. It is quite. I think it's more quiet than our other vehicles for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll know that, especially when we get back out on Highway 67 here.
Yeah, and so that's one pedal drive, and it's stopping pretty much almost exactly where I would have.
This is a premium trim level, so it's not the base. The base model is the Select. So this is a step up. This is the premium. That's how you can get the heated and ventilated front seats, and I'm kind of digging this ventilated seat right now. How about you?
Yeah, the ventilated seat is pretty nice. It's not like aggressively ventilated. You don't feel like it blowing air on you, but it just feels cooler.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And this particular car has the extended range battery, which is why even at 91%, we're still registering 281 miles right now.
That's impressive.
So, yeah, I did some calculations on our upcoming road trip in September.
You did?
And
You did some math?
Even though this car has a slower peak charge speed than our Model 3. If we did the entire trip from home to our destination, all 1,300 miles without a hotel stay, the Model 3 would win by about a half an hour.
Okay.
No, by 30 minutes to an hour. But because of we're taking some hotel stays on the way, if we're able to charge up to 100% at that hotel before we leave and have that charge baked in, even though the Model 3 has a higher peak charge speed, this car has a better charging curve than the Model 3, and because this extended range battery has more range than our Model 3, it can skip a couple of stops. Not here.
Oh, we're going to take the northern. Okay.
So this car would actually be be a few minutes faster than our Model 3 on each individual day.
Interesting.
Because it would have like one fewer stop. So here we go. How is it going to handle a Cloverleaf? I think this SUV in front of us is going to govern our speed on this Cloverleaf pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't do my bit when we were on the highway. I had a bit planned.
What was your bit?
I was like, we are driving with Bluecruise.
Oh my God.
We are driving with Bluecruise. We were driving with Bluecruise. Wonder how it works.
Oh my gosh! For those of you who remember Blue's Clues. All right.
I just had to do that. I missed the opportunity.
You missed the opportunity.
All right, so we're off the freeway now, and so now we're just on this road till we get back to Cleburne Ford. Smooth, quiet, comfortable. Rachel's efficiency is at now 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. Over those 10.2 miles, there's her driving grade. Let me go back to this trip. We've put 22 miles on this poor car in 45 minutes.
Oh, sad, because it had a very
7
few
miles. Had 7 miles on it. It's got 30 now.
Sorry.
But 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour over the whole trip, and you're driving from this leg, so that ought to tell us the efficiency. That ought to give us a decent idea. It's 92 degrees Fahrenheit out right now, and so the air conditioning's been working. Climate control. How do you feel like the climate's doing?
It's plenty cool enough, for sure. It's hot outside today.
Oh, it's not even coming out it's not coming out these vents.
It is for me. I think yours has changed, but it's actually a little colder than I need it to be right now.
There we go.
I've just adjusted the vent so it's not blowing right on my hands, because my hands started to get cold.
And it's not even on max AC. It's not doing it's doing recirculation, but
what were you telling me before is that Fords know how to make air conditioning?
Fords know how to make air conditioners. Ford air conditioning is stellar. This car is nice. It's new. It's comfortable. It's a Mustang. So you can say, or you can say it's not a Mustang. I don't know. We'll leave that debate up further later. But if you want to tell yourself it's a Mustang, Ford agrees with you, and you can say that. I think it feels fairly nice. We've got on the dashboard, we've got this fabric up here on top of the dash. I wouldn't necessarily call that soft touch plastic on the top of the dash, but definitely soft touch here on the dashboard. This carbon fiber looking stuff right above it, and some white stitching. You can get this with red stitching if you get the Performance Appearance package, and then your Mach E Premium looks like a Mach E GT, even though it's not a GT.
I prefer the white, personally.
And this is the rear-wheel drive, not the all-wheel drive. The car is available in all-wheel drive, but it's take a look at the door here as well. We've got this little chrome strip and big speaker right here as part of the B&O sound system. Compared to our Tesla Model 3, one of the thoughts that I had coming into this demo is would this car be a step up, a step down, a step sideways?
That's an interesting question. I'm saying mostly sideways at this point.
I would say mostly sideways too. There
Yeah.
are some aspects where this car is going to have the edge.
Yeah.
It is more comfortable.
Yes, and it is easier to get in and out of, which is, you know, something at our age we care about because our knees are a little cranky sometimes.
So ingress and egress is a lot easier. The car is more comfortable. The ventilated seats give this car an edge. I wish it was more. Oh, you got up to 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour.
Oh, cool.
So your efficiency has improved a bit. And I got to think if it's, you know, not 93 degrees Fahrenheit, that might be able to get to as high as 3.5. And there's their other Mach E, which is the space white on display. But it's definitely not a step down. It's comparable. How about to the Model Y? Would you say that this car is kind of comparable to the Model Y that we tested?
I don't know. The Model Y was real nice. It's hard to remember exactly to compare.
Well, it's been a while.
It has been a while. I don't know. I think this is more sideways to the Model 3, even though it is a little bit more comfortable.
Push in.
And easier to get in and out of. I think the Model Y, I think, might be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it is. Which, I mean, and that might actually be a little too big.
Yeah.
This is a comfortable size.
Yeah. I think I would still rate the Model Y as a little bit more luxurious than this one. But this one's super nice, and I do like it. It was fun to drive. Here's something that I just noticed. Maybe you saw it before, but on the front, you can press the button and there's a handle to open the door right here. On the back, there is no such handle. You press it and it just pops it open and you open it from the edge of the door.
Well, it does kind of
interesting.
Kind of has a handle here. It's just on the inside of the door.
Yeah, I guess so.
So that's a place where you can grab and you're not touching metal. It's kind of a soft, rubbery kind of thing.
It's comfortable. It's not hard to do.
We didn't check the folding of the rear seats.
Oh, yeah.
But they have folded.
Oh, that's
interesting.
interesting.
Let me open this. And yeah, it is a power lift gate. All right. So, yeah, just manual folding rear seats, right?
Yeah. Looks like it. I mean, there was stuff here, so I don't know why it folded.
I don't either. Maybe it wasn't latched all the way.
Oh, probably wasn't latched all the way. My aggressive driving.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was that aggressive braking that we did.
Right. Well, there was something else that we didn't talk about on the walk around as well, and that is this, which is something that Ford added a long time ago, which I'm assuming is that ability to have a code to open your car. In case you don't have your keys, you can open the car with just a code.
Let's fold the seats down. I want to be able to see how much room this is with the seats down. Now that's definitely an edge that would go to this car.
That's a lot of space.
That's a lot of room. Let's pop you in there and kind of get some scale. I mean, you had to get a mattress, you could camp in this thing.
I don't think you could camp in this thing. This is not 6 feet long.
Well, the seats can also move up.
Yeah, but you'd still have to put, like, where are you going to put your head?
Yeah, good point. Well, so closing thoughts. What do you got?
It's a nice car. I like it. It's pretty good.
Now this is the Mustang Mach E. We were out in a premium, and we want to say a special thank you to the guys here at Cleburne Ford. You can reach out to them on their website, cleburneFord.com. You can call them down at this phone number. Remember, they're a local family-owned dealership. This is not part of one of those big networks of dealerships, other than the fact that it's a Ford franchise. They don't put dealer ads on. They don't put addendums on any of their cars, and they deliver anywhere, and we are not getting any kind of commission for this. We're just thanking them for letting us take the car out for an extended test drive. It's a really nice car. It's an EV that's worth looking at. So tell us your thoughts about the Mach E down in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.
Bye.